Hi, welcome back to my channel. It has been a very long time since I have filmed anything for YouTube. Basically, long story short, I was sick of like iPhone quality YouTube videos and I really wanted them to be like good like the YouTubers. Granted, it's like nothing like that, but we're working on it. So today's look is gonna be this look that you see right here. And it's just like a bronzy, warm, glittery, smoky eye. It's my birthday week, so I figured I would just stick with something that I love, which is like a dark lip and a dramatic eye, really highlighted skin. And I really hope you like it. A lot of people on Snapchat have been asking me to get back on YouTube and like show how I just do my normal stuff. So leave me some comments and let me know, would you prefer like a get ready with me? Do you like the voiceovers? What do you guys want to see? What looks do you want to see? I really want this to be like fun for everybody that's watching. And if you know me at all, this is so awkward, like talking to a camera. I am not good at this. I feel like one side of my face is like squinty, the other side's not, so bear with me because I'm still getting used to this again. But thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Follow me on social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. I'll put it all down below. And subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Alright, well, if you want to see how I got this bronzy, whatever I'm going to call this video look, then stay tuned. Bye, guys. Alright, so as you can see, I've already done my brows off camera because I think eyebrows are so boring to watch. But, I mean, hey, if you guys want an eyebrow tutorial, let me know. Maybe we can make that happen. I also primed my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, which is my favorite to clean up brows and just kind of set everything. Then I went in with my Real Techniques powder brush and some Kat Von D foundation in, I think the lightest one, it's light 42, just so that my eyeshadow will blend seamlessly. The palette that I'm using to start with is the brand new Jeffree Star Androgyny palette, which seriously, you guys, I'm obsessed. I don't really know why I didn't do this whole video from this palette, but I've been using it probably every day. I am using a Morphe M521 brush and just going in for a transition shade with Safe Word from Jeffree Star's Androgyny palette. And I'm just going to blend back and forth just so that there's a little bit more definition. I mean, I'm going to put a ton of colors in my crease, but I have been, at least the last couple of weeks, going in with this palette because I'm obsessed with Safe Word. If you're not super pale like me, it probably will not work out as good as it does on me, but hey, you never know, it could be like a nude color on you. Alright, and then next I'm going in with the main palette that I used for the majority of the eye look, which is the new Morphe 25B palette. I believe this is the bronzed mocha, and then there was copper spice, but this is the bronzed mocha for sure. I am using a Morphe M505 brush, and unfortunately, you guys, if you know Morphe, you know that their eyeshadows in the palettes don't have names. So if you have this palette, I'm using the first shade on the second row. It's like a bronzy brown, but a matte color. And I'm just putting that basically right on top of the Safe Word that I just applied from Jeffree Star's palette. And I'm using that same brush. I just went ahead and applied another layer of that color, just to give your eyes a lot of dimension and just keep blending. Up next, I am using the Morphe M433 brush, which looks a lot like the very first one that I used, but it's just shorter and denser, so it's really good to get like precise, maybe in a crease or like what we're doing today, which is going to be more of that haloed appearance. And with this brush, I am still in the same palette on the fourth row and the fourth one in. It's kind of like a mauvey, purpley, Brown, which are my favorite eyeshadow colors and lipstick colors of all time. And I'm really just packing it in on the inner corner of the eye and the very outer corner of the eye. With no additional product on this brush, I'm going back in with the M521 brush, the one that I used for the Jeffree Star palette, and kind of blending the edges so that it is more of a gradient transition in the center instead of, you know, that same harsh dark pigment. You guys, unfortunately, the next brush that I'm using, oh, I can really barely see the name of it, or I guess the number. It's in the Morphe Rose Gold kit of brushes, and it's amazing. It's just a really precise definer brush. And my last color that I use in this palette, same one, is on the last row, the third one, and it's like a deep chocolatey brown. And I'm just putting this right on top of that like mauve maroon kind of color, just slightly, so that it's really, really heavy where I want it to be the most dramatic, and then it just lightly blends out to the center where you see no color, no pigment. Okay, now for the center of the eye, you've all seen it done before. I'm using my Mario Bedusco Rose Water Toner, Heaven Scent, whatever spray you want to call it. I'm obsessed. Like, it smells so good. And I'm spraying that on just a flat synthetic brush. This one doesn't have a name. It just came in like a kit that you can buy from Morphe Brushes. It doesn't have like a number or anything like that. But then I'm dipping into, really, you can use any of the shimmers that you want, really any shimmer at all. It doesn't have to be in this same 25B palette. But when you spray it with a setting spray or a toner first, it just makes it more metallic. But then I realized that I needed a little something extra. This was a good transition to be able to blend the shadows, like from that dark color, then into that really vibrant metallic look that I wanted. But it just wasn't exactly the finishing touch that I needed. So the star of the show to me on this look is going to be the brand new Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. This is in the color Diamond Dust, and I'm literally putting this on top of where I put that metallic-y shimmer eyeshadow shade, just because, as you can see here, it just makes it really pop. And then when you put some lashes, and you could do a winged liner, you can do whatever you want. There's no rules in makeup. It just gives that like glamorous, sparkly, yummy halo look. So I really like to use glitters in the center when I do kind of like a halo eyeshadow look. And this stuff, you guys, I need every single color. Like, it's the prettiest makeup product I think I've ever bought. So for eyeliner, I decided to use my Kat Von D tattoo liner in like that little pen form. I think that it is the easiest to use, whether you've been doing makeup for years and years and years, or whether you're just trying to start off because you barely touch it and you get color. You don't have to keep going over it. As I said before, you can do a wing if you want to. To me, I really wanted it to be more of like a blown out smoky look than I did like a heavy winged liner. Plus, I always do a winged liner, so I really just wanted to do something different. However, when I wear fake lashes, I hate not having any liner, so I did just do like a really, really thin line. And y'all, while I'm editing right now, I'm watching my face and I am so annoyed with myself that I am chomping on this gum like a freaking horse chewing on straw. So I am so sorry, because that is driving me crazy. I can only imagine how you guys feel. Anyway, moving forward. For primer, I'm actually going back to when Nikki Tutorials raved about using the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. I use it in the sensitive form because, as you can see, I'm breaking out like there's no tomorrow, because guess what? I'm a girl and we break out sometimes. So, party. But yes, I really like this. It gives like a really tacky finish so that the foundation that you choose to use goes on seamlessly. My little trick, I mean, now would be a great time to, you know, do the whole color correcting thing, whatever. I don't have time for that. That's not my favorite thing to do ever. I actually just go in with my MAC paint pot in Painterly. If you can find a shade that really matches your skin tone or is a little bit lighter, I cover up any blemishes that I don't want to see with that because it's so full coverage. It's not really made to do that. So I'm not here saying that it's like the best thing to do, but like I said before, makeup has no rules, and if you find something that works, then go with it. So for foundation, I am using the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation. You guys, I cannot say enough amazing things about this foundation. Like, you all saw how yuck my skin looks right now, which is so embarrassing because I'm obsessed with my skin, and whatever, we're just gonna stop talking about it. But if you follow me on Snapchat, you've seen me rave about this numerous times. This is hands down, for my oily skin, the best foundation I've ever purchased. And I'm usually like a Makeup Forever fan, Cover FX, all of those really, really full coverage products, but I can't say enough good things about this stuff. I mean, I will look like a friggin' baby's bottom before I, you know, contour and do all of that, because it just gives such a flawless, pretty finish. I use the shade 2.0 because I am fair as can be, and I'm blending that in with a Morphe synthetic foundation brush, but as you can see, it's broken, so I don't have the number on it. You guys, I'm just struggling with these brush numbers for you, and I'm really sorry, but I will list everything that I use down below in the description box so that you're not having to try to keep up with my nonsense. I really like to use a synthetic brush first, and then you'll see me go in with a Morphe Beauty sponge here in a second just to pick up excess product so that I don't look too cakey. But I mean, seriously, you guys, if you have oily skin or you don't want to see any of your pores or any blemishes or anything on your face, you need this foundation. I cannot get enough. I don't know. It's going to take a lot to switch me to something else. And if I couldn't get any more basic and trend following, my next product that I am obsessed with is the Tarte Shape Tape, which I feel like every person in the world should be obsessed with this stuff because, girl, I am not even playing with you. This stuff is like a magic eraser for your face, and it like highlights you to perfection. It's just like, honest to God, magical. I recently, for whatever reason, have been applying my concealer with a brush first, just like a little teeny tiny foundation brush almost, and then going in and picking up excess product again with a beauty sponge. I don't know why, but to me, I feel like I can blend it out better. I'm not like pushing the sponge into my eye. Do you, boo? But for me, that really has helped. Of course, once you have blended your concealer to something that you are okay with and proud of, you want to immediately set it pretty much before you do anything else, because that is how you prevent your concealer from creasing and looking really cakey and yucky under your eye. I'm using a mixture. If you guys can't see, because you can't, because I'm new to this whole camera thing, I just spilled translucent powder all over myself, which is what that face was for. But I'm using a mixture of Laura Mercier translucent powder and the RCMA translucent powder, because if I use one by itself, the RCMA is way too light. If I use the Laura Mercier, it's not light enough. So this is my perfect combination so that I don't have to do a whole lot of like actual highlight powder under my eyes afterwards. But I mean, I still do for this look because I'm extra. So there's that. For my setting powder, I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium Golden. I love how this makes my skin look in person. I mean, on camera, you can't really tell, but in person, it just gives it like a skin-like finish without it being dewy, but without it being like so matte that I look like I just rolled around in some chalk. It also adds a little bit of color to my face because I feel like I'm so pale, as you can see. I have to blend it down. That like I just look like a ghost. So it's a little too dark for me, but whatever. Now I'm using the Morphe M401 brush, which I die for. I mean, obviously everything I'm using, I'm obsessed with. Melanie, get a new vocabulary. I'm going in first with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. Now, I don't recommend only using this because, as you can tell, it is more of a warm undertone because technically it's a foundation-y bronzer since it is in the Mineralized Skin Finish family. But as you'll see here in just a second, I also go in with that same brush in the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and use the color Subconscious to really tone it down and carve out my cheekbones. Just really lightly on top to give it more of that natural look so it's not too cool and it's not too warm or like muddy or anything like that. I also use that same Subconscious color on a MAC, just fluffy, natural haired brush. I got this like for Christmas, I want to say like 7 or 8 years ago, and it's the only brush from this kit that I still have. And it's my favorite to contour my nose because I don't want like a snatched nose. I'm not trying to be like drag queen level. I just, you know, want to see my nose since I just covered it in so much concealer. But yeah, just stick with that same Subconscious color or whatever you're using for your contour shade and just lightly blend it out. On that same Real Techniques brush from the very, very beginning and the same powder that I used with it, in my Kat Von D Shade and Light kit, I ran out of the lightest highlight color first because that's the only color that I could use on me. So instead of just buying another kit or buying a refill, I bought her foundation powder in Light 42, just like I used to prime my eyes. And honestly, you guys, it works so good and you get so much more product. I am really happy that I decided to do that. But because I want it to be like a very prominent highlight and contour look, I'm just going over that translucent powder with just a little bit of this Kat Von D Light 42 Lock-It Foundation powder. For blush, I'm using the Morphe 9B palette, which, if you guys don't know, it has literally 9 shades of blushes, more in like the corally pink red tones. I really want the 9N, which is like the more natural blushes, but I really love blush. Like I said, I love like prominent cheekbones. So I'm just using that very center color. It's literally just like it kind of looks like NARS Orgasm if you're familiar with that, but just on like a fluffy brush, just all over. Unfortunately, here is when my coffee died down or something, and I just am an idiot and completely leaned too far in so you can't even see it. So I'm just gonna talk you through what I'm doing. On a flathead synthetic brush, I'm dipping back in to that color that we put on the inner corner, and the outer corner, not the darkest one, but like the second to darkest. And then with a Morphe, what is this? The M431 and Safe Word, I'm blending that back out so that you don't have like a harsh, just like brown line under your eye. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. And I'm really just dipping around into all of the colors that I used and then blending and then dipping just a tiny, tiny bit and then blending just so that the colors on the top of my eye match the colors on the bottom of my eye. But just make sure that you keep blending unless you don't really like a blown out smoky look. I do. I think it's really, really beautiful, especially for more of like a daytime thing where like you don't want just like a harsh line under your eyes. Really, you never want a harsh line under your eyes, so just blend it, girl. For mascara, use whatever mascara you love. I mean, to me, mascara is mascara, and I have no lashes anyways because I ruined them with extensions for years and years and years. So whatever you love, this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara in Carbon Black, but I mean, you can't mess up your lashes if you have a tried and true mascara. And so, funny story, my camera battery kept dying. So I would like record something and then not. So I didn't get a chance to record me putting on my fake lashes. But ta-da, I put on fake lashes. You either can do it confidently or you can't. I wish that I had like a secret besides saying let the glue get tacky, but just let the glue get tacky and then pop them on. Use some tweezers. I use my finger, literally not kidding, and my friends want to like slap me because they go on in 2 seconds. Anyways, for highlighter, I recently purchased the Natasha Denona Glow, which, oh my God, like, I wish you guys could smell this. It's literally scented with perfume of the angels in heaven. First, I apply it with my finger on my everywhere. Literally, I bathe in highlight. I was going to try and attempt to tell you where, but basically anywhere that you want to glow. And then I go back over that with a Morphe M50, or not 501, 510, just to add a little bit extra because the limit does not exist when it comes to highlighting. Also, just using a flat-headed, like a brush that you would use like to apply pigment or something, you're going to use the same highlighter under your brow to highlight your brow bone. Oh, surprise, camera died again, so now I'm back with baked cheekbones, lips lined with the MAC, I think this is Plum lip liner, yes. Then I went in with ColourPop's 3-way metallic liquid lipstick. I cannot believe I've never worn this color. I've literally never worn this color. This like is the most melony color I've ever seen and I've never worn it. So, hey, here I am today. I also put that same MAC Plum lip liner in my waterline because I didn't want to do white. I don't really ever do black and I didn't want to do like a nude. I wanted to really bring it all together. So I went ahead clearly off camera and popped some of that on my waterline of my lashes. I'm just going to dust away the bakage that I had applied earlier and pretty much check myself out in the mirror after this. So that's the finished look, you guys. I hope you liked it. I had a lot of fun and finally my videos don't look like they came from an iPhone because they didn't. So let me know what you think and if there's, you know, any tips or tricks that maybe would help me in the future. I love to talk about makeup. So I also promise I will make sure to put things like my lips and my under eyes in focus next time. Bear with me, you guys. I promise. I will see you guys next time. I love you and have a wonderful day. Bye. Bunny!
It just said FaceTiming and it said like the bunny emoji, which is how you're in my thing, or it said like the bunny emoji or Mel, and then it had like the emoji girl going like this with lipstick. Oh.
Say hi to YouTube. That's real weird, but can I FaceTime you in like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. I'm filming this. Really, Wiz Khalifa? Really? Hello. Hello, hello. What the? Hi, everybody. With my knee. Cool. It's just like a bronzy, glittery, warm-ish halo. Not so smoky, kind of smoky eye. I don't know. I'm so bad at intros.